Welcome, Alex.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. The second part of this morning is really about our CRM product. So I'd like to share with you an update on our Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Let's first start with the Sales Cloud. The Sales Cloud is our flagship product. We have been the leader in the industry, and this year we have further extended our leadership. We are the market leader by all counts, if you follow all the major analyst firms. We also have deployed amazing customers like Dr. Pepper, Snapple, bringing their sales team to a whole new level. What we have also done this year in the Sales Cloud is we have continued to develop and bring new technology in the art of the offering as part of our commitment to bring new innovation 3 times a year in our offering. And those innovations are a mix of in-house built technologies as well as acquisitions like Jigsaw. What's very important with our product when we think CRM is really about productivity. And the Sales Cloud is about one thing, it's about your sales productivity. We survey our customers 2 times a year to ensure that they are getting the value. And the value for the Sales Cloud is really the value every sales leader, every sales rep needs to get, which is close more deals, get a better pipe, and obviously forecast accuracy. You don't want the bad news down the road. So when we do that, we really put ourselves in the shoes of the sales guy. We really focus more on the sales productivity than just the high-level picture. What do we need to do? What do we need to do as a technology vendor to enable your sales organization to use the system, to adopt the system, to be more productive? So we really look at everything they do during the day to make them more productive and use the system to their competitive advantage. And what's amazing to me, after 20 years in the industry, is the CRM world is kind of stuck 10 years ago. If you look at our competitors, they're still thinking about accounts, contacts. Well, the world has shifted. The world has shifted around collaboration and other ways of working. So I'd like to walk you through some of the innovation we brought on the table this year on the Sales Cloud that are making us very different from the traditional approach of CRM. The first one is, of course, Chatter. We'll spend more time this morning around Chatter, but Chatter is really the tool that enables your sales team to swarm, to collaborate around deals, around opportunity, to react at the pace of the business. Instead of shifting between emails, CRM apps, and document management system, now they can collaborate, talk to the competitive team, get the tech support involved, get the SEs, get sales guys together to share expertise, be part of groups to work together. That's a true competitive advantage for a sales guy. The second feature we brought to the table this year is an amazing product. It's an acquisition, Jigsaw. And Jigsaw is really, if you think about this movie, Glengarry Glen Ross, and it's a great show on Broadway here, it's really about the leads. You remember this scene where they show the Glengarry leads, and these are the leads. Well, that's really every sales guy's everyday job, is to find the contact information, to find the leads. And the CRM system, per itself, is a data store of your own leads, your own information, but it doesn't really ensure that it's accurate, it's up to speed. With Jigsaw, we bring the leads 1 click away from your application. It's built into the application. We compare your information, or we complement, or we clean your information based on a database of 24 million business leads that are today the most accurate, the most up-to-date in the industry. And that's obviously a major productivity boost for your sales team. The last thing we did this year was on the analytics front. And sales is a world of analytics. Why? Because sales leaders don't want bad news down the road. They want to monitor their forecast. They want to know their productivity in real time. They want to know the impact of any opportunity adjustment in real time. Well, that's our vision of analytics. I've been working, as Mark shared, in the analytics world for a long time. And the whole vision at the origin of most of the BI vendors was really about information democracy. We want everybody to be empowered with decision making. But at the end, most business intelligence vendors ended up being data warehouses that are refreshed once a week, once a month, at best, and that are really not real time and not really empowering everybody in the organization. They provide dashboard for the guy on top of the building, and they provide kind of reports with a refresh button for the masses. That's not our vision about analytics. When we build analytics in our application, what we do is we build the analytics in the system, in the real-time data, no data warehousing. The refresh button is connected to your opportunities, to your accounts, to your leads. You get a real-time snapshot picture of your information. The second thing we're doing with analytics is really empowering the decision-making much lower in the organization by making the analytics collaborative. In the last release of Salesforce, we delivered an integration between our analytics and Chatter that is just amazing. The analytics can chat to you, can push insight to you, and you can collaborate. You can bring people into the decision-making. That's true business intelligence. So the Sales Cloud is an amazing new product. It's today the world's sales leading application, made better. And our whole vision is really to make your sales guys more productive. So more than a set of slides, I'd like to welcome on stage our EVP of Product Marketing, Kraig Swensrud, to do a demo. Kraig, please welcome me on stage.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to give you a demonstration today of the world's leading sales application. Let's go ahead and get right to it. If we can bring up the demo, please. I'm being assisted up here by my partner in crime, Dayon, and I realize many of you in the room might be prospects of Salesforce. You might not have seen our app before, but here it is. When you log in on the website, the upper right-hand portion of the screen is where you pick the application that you want to use based upon your profile and what you have access to. And then when you choose sales, for example, the whole configuration of the system changes. And at the top of the screen, you can see we have access to our customer accounts, our business contacts, our big deals, our opportunities. And even in the middle of the screen, you can see the analytics and the dashboards. For sales, that means pipeline and quota and forecast, where I am on the leaderboard at any moment in time. But in this world of cloud too, as Alex mentioned and Mark mentioned, we bake the collaboration technology and Chatter right into the heart of the system. You can see that with the user profile at the top of the screen. You see it on the dashboards. And if we drill into the underlying user profile, what you'll recognize is this system is definitely different than that of your consumer life. Because not only is it private and secure, but it's deeply integrated into the underlying data and documents of the company. So not only can I follow people across my company, across departments, on my team, as a sales guy, maybe with finance or legal or products, but I can also follow the data. I can follow a customer account. I can follow an opportunity. I can follow a contact. I can follow a dashboard, and you can see that right here. When any of these things changes, here's the key. It comes to me in real time in my feed. It's pushed to me, as Mark was saying. I don't have to go hunt and find for it. I don't have to go look on a kind of a dead intranet website or a sales portal. Everything that I care about is right here, and it's based upon me. It's personalized to me. I can see my accounts chattering. An account is looking for a reference, and then everybody globally is dogpiling on that to try and solve it. My dashboards are chattering. I'm wondering, for example, which products I can cross-sell, and who in other geographies is cross-selling these products most effectively. Right below that, you can see marketing campaigns chattering. Sales and marketing working together. Imagine knowing actually what the creative for the email looks like before it drops on your customer, so you can respond. And of course, if you scroll down a little bit more, geolocation. As Mark said, it's a world where we're geo-aware. How about knowing when your VP of sales is in Chicago, and then other people are saying, hey, can you meet with my customer? Can you go to this meeting? Knowing where people are, it's part of the world that we live in right now. And of course, you can filter down this information, so it's never overwhelming. If you say, just show me my customers in my patch, there you go. Just show me my deals that I'm working on for this quarter, right there on the screen. And everything in the feed is actionable. Just like on Facebook, where you can click through the records, the same is true of Salesforce, so we can drill down from the feed to an underlying record. Here's an opportunity page. Many of you have seen this page before. It's where you track your transactions in Salesforce. So not only can you manage the structured information, like right here on the screen, the close date and the products and the pricing, but also each piece of data inside of the system has a feed. And it can be private for this group of people. So just the folks who are working on this deal can actually collaborate in the app. They can share strategy. So if you're discussing a pricing strategy, right here inside of the opportunity chatter. If you're talking about a slide presentation that you're going to deliver to a customer, a single version of the truth. Even a meeting agenda, something that goes back and forth over kind of email ping pong is what we call it, where some people get dropped off the thread and no one knows what the latest version is. Single source of the truth right here inside of the Sales Cloud. Even Jigsaw, you see at the bottom of the screen, Jigsaw saying that a key influencer on our account has changed jobs. And you could just go pull in the new contact from Jigsaw in real time. Well, one new feature that we added into the Sales Cloud a couple weeks ago was the ability to loop someone in. It's called an at mention on Twitter or on Facebook, and now it's part of Chatter. If you want to loop somebody into this deal who might not be paying attention, you just bring them into the fold. If you've got a question on pricing, you can bring in the pricing guy. And not everybody is, of course, sitting at their desk in the same room. Let's go ahead and bring up the iPhone. Because people are mobile, it's the mobile internet that we live in nowadays. So when Jeff, our pricing expert, is on his mobile device, he looks at his chatter feed and he sees that update. And if he wants to share the information or sketch out a proposal, no matter where this person is located, he can do that. Of course, these apps are oftentimes better than the browser apps. And that's because they've got a GPS chip in the phone. They've got a camera on the phone. Take a look at that. You can snap a photo of something, sketch it out down at the local Starbucks, and share it back with everybody on the team. And you see that being shared in real time. We're over Wi-Fi, live up here in New York City, but of course, this can be anything. On 3G, it's the mobile world, the connected world that we live in, and in the browser, you see it appear in real time. The entire team sharing strategies and working together to close business. That's the new world of selling that we live in. There it is right here inside of the browser. So you've got the pricing strategy, you're working on the slide deck, you've got the meeting agenda, you're really working hard to close your deal with the Hudson Hotel Group. But if you've got a product question, you can get that answered too. Questions are one of the key ways that you all have been using Chatter. And groups, user empowerment, where you can create a group for references or your local team or pricing or products. Competitive intelligence is another key one. And if you're getting ready to go on your big sales presentation, how about asking a question to the product team? You can bring Chatter in the Sales Cloud kind of wall to wall inside of your organization, so you can tie your product team into your sales organization, or your legal team, or your finance team. If you're getting ready to go pitch your product, you have a final question. Hey, I wonder if the video camera on this video conferencing unit works with the new model. Boom, you can ask the product team right here inside of Chatter. And then you can close your laptop down and hop on your plane to go to your sales presentation. And of course, when you step off the plane, what are the odds that you fire up your laptop in the taxi cab? Probably zero. Because you'll whip out this device. You'll whip out your tablet or your iPhone, and you'll just fire up Salesforce on that device. Because it's all running. You see that these native applications that we have built fit the form factor of the device. You can see the Chatter feed by touching the screen. You can filter down to just the people on your team. When you hop off the plane, you can go check in on that group to see if somebody has answered that question. It's what we call crowdsourcing on the web. But crowdsource answers within your company so your salespeople can be more productive. And let's take a look at that deal if we can. Because we're learning from the consumer web. We're learning from the best of the iPad. We're learning from the best of the social and mobile world. If you can just pinch open a set of photos on the iPad in your personal life, why can't you pinch open a sales presentation? You're rehearsing the order of this slide presentation so you can go in and give the killer pitch. And in today's world, it's not just about plugging your laptop into a projector to deliver that sales presentation. You can just do it right from the iPad. You can plug your iPad into this projector, and your iPad can be used as the medium to deliver your sales call. When things are looking good, you go back from your sales presentation, you've absolutely crushed it, and you're ready to forecast this deal. So if we flip back over to the opportunity, forecasting a deal is customized for your company. You can customize this entire system, as Mark was saying, to match your process. So in this case, we're going to flip it into deal negotiation. It's a sign at our company, at Cirrus Corporation, that we're going to forecast this deal. The amazing thing is it's all integrated into the business process, whatever your process is for your sales org. But forecasting that deal actually kicks off downstream. And what does our management see? So let's go ahead and bring up our manager. Luke Williams, the VP of Sales at Cirrus. Well, what does Luke see? He's taking a look at his analytics. Now, the Sales Cloud, you've seen it, how it can make sales reps more productive. But for sales managers, it's all about the data. Keeping tabs on the business, understanding what's going on. And as Alex was mentioning, the data is now inside of the Chatter feed. It's something that we've released only a couple months ago. That you know because a sales rep on your team forecasted a deal, your forecast has just exceeded your quota. It shows up inside of the feed. And you can drill down into the underlying dashboard. All of this data is being pulled out of the system and pushed to you in real time. There's not a 2-week update. There's no batch processes that are happening behind the scenes here. And as I mentioned, this kind of theme of user empowerment, it runs deep inside of the Sales Cloud. Because as a manager, if you want to change this dashboard, if you want to see some new data, you don't have to go ask your IT organization. You don't have to go ask the operations team. You don't have to pull something out of a data warehouse that's 2 weeks old. If you want to see maybe specific products across regions and you want to see how your team is doing, you just drag it onto the page and boom, there it is. In real time. That's the real data, by the way. That's the real data coming out of Salesforce in real time. Name the dashboard just by typing on the screen. And when you save it off, everybody who sees that dashboard, who has access to it, sees that data in real time. And what's even better with our most recent release is that we've included collaboration on the dashboard components themselves. So if you're wondering, take a look at this screen. If you're wondering why 3 regions are strong on a new product line, but the central region is weak, you actually can get your sales leaders together and talk about sales strategies and what's working in region and maybe what's not working in the central region. And everybody has that collaboration in the context of the Sales Cloud, not in some separate system that's totally disconnected from your Salesforce automation app. And you see it right here in the browser. It's in the chatter feed. Of course it's in the browser. But it's all about mobility. Everybody has access to the latest data and collaboration from wherever they are. You see it in real time show up on the iPad, over Wi-Fi here on stage. But it's not just about the iPad. The iPad is great. The iPhone is great. In real time, the data streams to the iPhone. But it's also about the BlackBerry. It's also about the Google Android platform. And this is the new modern world of collaborative selling, complete openness, complete ubiquity, powered by the mobile internet and Cloud 2, and that is the new version of the Sales Cloud. Thank you very much, everybody. Back to Alex.
Great job, Kraig. Great job. So we've seen an amazing demo. I'd like to invite on stage to share her experience one of our Sales Cloud customers. So please give a warm welcome to Jane Moran, who's the Global CIO for Thomson Reuters. Jane?
Thanks, Alex. Good to be here.
How are you?
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
So Jane, tell us about Thomson Reuters and Salesforce.
Well, we love Salesforce. To start the story, I need to talk about the scale of Thomson Reuters. We are a $14 billion company operating in 100 countries, and we have about 55,000 employees worldwide. We grow through organic growth, but we do a lot of acquisitions. And we have found that Salesforce is an instrumental tool in driving productivity for our new businesses. By that I mean, you know, in an acquisition, what's the most important thing? You get the sales guys selling right away, and that drives your business. And for us, Salesforce has been terrific in helping us to do that. I have a great example. We used to be the Thomson Corporation and the Reuters Corporation 3 years ago. We brought 3,000 people onto the same sales processes using opportunity management and the same pipeline, and it took us less than 5 months. Really, really terrific.
That's an amazing number.
You know, really the hardest thing for me is convincing people that I can do this, we can do this in such a short amount of time.
We saw during the demos a lot of chatter. Are you using chatter today? And
we do use chatter. We're starting to use it in earnest. We just started pilots really this past summer. And I have sales guys right now that are emailing me constantly about getting on chatter. We find it's a terrific tool for us. Just from what some of the guys up here said earlier, you know, you can share information. We're a global company, and it makes it easier. You don't have to fly to have the meetings. You can be sharing information very easily across the corporation.
So we on the chatter front, we measure, for example, we run a survey with our customers. We measure a 33% reduction in email traffic, 25% reduction in meetings. Are you with this chatter deployment measuring some business benefits as well?
Yeah, Alex, we're starting to measure that right now. We're seeing that there's massive productivity. One of our lead sales guys out in San Francisco recently spoke to me about it eliminates the need for these guys to get on a plane constantly and go have the meetings. So we're just starting to track those metrics now, but we're finding, you know, just the feedback from our sales force is terrific.
That's great. So we covered chatter. What about mobile? We saw all those mobile devices stacking up on the screen.
God,
so are you one of the...
Who wants to travel with their like 10-pound laptop, you know? I mean, you love the iPad, you love the Android, and our sales forces out there, they love these devices, and they love Salesforce because they can get at the information that they need. They can share the information that they need to do the deals that drive our company.
Do you have any specific mobile device? Are you standardized on one?
Well, we've got BlackBerry, Android, and iPad, really. I mean, it's the same kinds of things that you're showing up here, so we love those.
Well, that's exciting. What's next? If you project yourself 12 months, 24 months down the road, what's next for Thomson Reuters?
Well, Mark's going to love this. So in my new role as the global CIO, I now own the intranet. And it's clunky. I mean, I'm one of those people, I want to just, I started out as a developer. I want to get the code out there. I want to make people as productive as possible. And we're finding that one of the biggest opportunities for us will be our intranet, sharing information across the organization. I'm going to be out in California with some of the guys in the front row here in about a month, talking about how we can transform our organization with some of these new technologies that get us out of the data center. Data centers, I mean, you got the database, the web services, data centers are cold. You have to watch where you walk. It's expensive. And we find that just a lot of the technologies that Salesforce is providing is allowing us to do things more efficiently, more effectively, and it's more productive for our company.
Well, thanks a lot, Jane, for sharing your experience.
Great
and I guess you'll be attending the rest of Cloudforce, so be available if anyone has a question.
Okay.
Feel free to connect with Jane. Thank you very much.
Thank you.